Well, decent afternoon today. We're back at the Winona State Forest. Today we're gonna hike the Adsit trail. You can see them parked off here in the behind you here. I'm standing right on Wart Road right now. This is one of the trails I hiked last year that got lost in the memory card issue. If you watched any of the last year videos, you'll know all about that. 360 here. That's Wart Road. Again, this is a seasonal highway. Snow has probably left the area about 3 weeks ago, and being a seasonal highway, they have not attended the highway yet. Nice little creek over there and a bridge at the bottom of two hills. So come down one hill and Wart Road and Adsit trail. This trail I did hike, so it's a snowmobile trail. It's about mile and a half, 2 miles long. Spring is in the air finally in New York State. Here it is, April 25th. The weather keeps doing this. Like 2 days ago, 68. Tomorrow, 30. Two days later, 78. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Mother Nature likes to taunt us up here. But, I guess everywhere else in the world, you know, wild mood swings in the temperature, I guess, is alright. You'll get used to it after being up here all your life. But let's go take a look at this creek on Wart Road. Here's all the fun signs for your information as you're driving down Wart Road. As you can see, it's not heavily used. Still wish there was a way to go back in time and figure out why this place was developed the way it is, with stone walls and old stone structure, foundations, and then all of a sudden it's gone. Lost to time. Alright, here we go. Let's start our hike on the Adsit trail at Winona State Forest. I'm not sure if you're supposed to park there, but it's off the beaten path. I didn't want to park up on the road, so it's just a little place to pull off. So it is a loop trail if you use Wart Road. So you can get back to your car from Wart Road after the trail exits onto Wart Road. It's about a quarter mile hike from the time the trail enters back in the Wart Road to walk back down to your vehicle. That's about a quarter mile. I'll include that in the video. The entire trail is not a road-like looking trail. It will turn into a hiking trail. There's a little spot off to the right here, which was kind of disturbing last year because there was a couch there. It was like somebody's dumping ground, but you know. Come up to a clearing here. Not much to see until you get to the trail, so The old scary couch is still there. I'm guessing this used to be some kind of gravel bed, obviously. Pretty spring flowers with a rotten couch. As I said, it's a little sloppy because snow was we're still drying out from the snow melt. Keep in mind, New York State gets like 5 feet of snow or better in this area. And 3 weeks ago, it finally all melted. Here it is, April 22nd, 2022. And now we're on the actual hiking trail. It's about 52 degrees right now. If anybody wants to know the weather, obviously it's sunny out. And as I said, tomorrow gonna be in the 60s, and in 2 days it'll be up to 78, and then plummet right back down to the 30s in another 5 days from now. Ah, this don't look so great. Winona Forest, for their trails, do have a trail registry. So, if you want to support or Patreon patronage on Winona Forest, if you do come, don't forget to fill out some of the trail registries in the main parking areas. Poor guy. I bet you his home was in one of these trees. I can probably get around this. I mean, it's a significant roadblock, but over here looks like I can crawl through the brush. And so I don't get my last hike's incident on film with the water bottle. For those, I had to make a separate clip of that one clip of the video to post on YouTube because it was too hilarious. So to prevent the water bottle issue again, I'm gonna shut you off and crawl through this, and I'll turn you back on when I get to the other side, just to avoid more embarrassment on YouTube. Nice fresh scent of pine in the area. Alright, there's your trail. So back to the logbook there I was talking about, the trail registry. I have to make sure to mention that because they actually do look at the trail registry and they'll see tree down, okay, and they'll come up and remove it. Being part of the Tug Hill, it does get kind of windy up here. So on your hike, you'll see stuff like this that's missing, the trees broke off, and from what I just crawled through. This trail, I think, last time when I did it, would be a nice one to hike in the early morning or late afternoon, just before dark, as there was a lot of deer activity on the back side of the trail. When the trail turns and hits a straightaway, and it'll beeline right for the main road. It'll be like a straight, you'll see what I'm talking about. As I said, I hiked it before, but due to the memory card issue, my first 2 or 3 actual YouTube videos, I mentioned that memory card issue where I went to Selkirk Shore State Park, did a bunch of hiking and then lost a lot of information. This hike was on that memory card, so which is why we're doing it this year and why we didn't get it covered last year. I'll try to include some of the pics. I still might have the individual files to include in this one, maybe. I don't know. So anyway, this trail will come, do a zigzag, and it'll come up to a clear, obvious straight line. It looked like it used to be a road. And there's a lot of deer activity in that area. Ah, and here's the bridge. This is my stopping point for a few minutes to get a snack. I didn't bring any water today for hopefully I don't find any strange Poland Spring bottled water laying around on the trail today. Oh boy. It's not a big creek, but you know, it's a nice view. Nice and peaceful. And these trail bridges are kept up, I want to say, a little bit better than the road bridges. was going to say, but it's tracks I pointed out in the video. Again, why? It's just like a bunch of pile of rocks there. So they must have been coming down here grabbing the rocks to make the stone wall markers or something. Just a pile of rocks right in this. That's it. It wasn't done from this. So those are the things that you would like to go back and ask those people what the heck was going on. We will follow the stone wall up here too, so. Alright, we're coming up to the straight section trail. Now, I don't know what's the purpose of this trail going this way. It's not part of the trail, okay? To the left is nothing. There's an obvious trail that goes that way, but it's nothing. We're supposed to go to the right. You got the triangles in the trees. Stay to the right and it'll take you to where you need to go. But this is the straight section of the trail. And I don't know if it used to be an old road or a property boundary, as that's all it is. You'll see a better view of it. It's just clear, straight cut all the way through. And there's your arrows if you're coming in the other way. You can go that way. Because to this side, on the left, there's nothing. And there's like an opening out here. You can see where it's an open area. Pretty sure that's a farmer's field. And this is where all the deer activity was. And starting right here at this one rock, okay, for those history buffs, starting right at this spot is our stone wall. So that's the start of it, because there's nothing to this side of it, okay? It starts here too. But this one goes all the way down, okay? See, and there's no more straight, obvious road this direction. So what happened in this circumference? Stone wall on this side ends right there. There is no stone wall continuing on from that spot. There is on this side, and that's an old stone wall. There's no more straight trail this direction. There's a clear straight trail this direction. And the stone wall continues. Okay? From this point, stone walls, both sides, all the way to the other end of the trail. So my question is, what happened here? Yeah, so that's those are mysteries you find sometimes when you're hiking. The stone wall on the left side ends abruptly right here. That's obviously a center marker. That's obviously the end point. Big boulder right there. No more wall. This side, all the way through, you can see where the trail actually cut through the stones, and it continues on. No obviously straight trail in zoom that way. Tree removal or not, there's no straight trail that way. See, it's all dense, big trees and all. To obviously where this is maintained, but it's a purposely straight trail, and included are the stone walls on both sides. That's baffling. So what happened in that specific spot? Keep that in mind. Stone walls are going to be on both sides of us now. Up until that point. that's where the question remains too. Because stone wall on the side, stone wall on the side. Up to that point, what would have been the purpose? It was just a clearly, back in the day, clearly a road, like a, like we travel today. Back in that day, what was the purpose? It had some significance. Tap stone walls on both sides of it, and it's a clear straight road until you get to that specific spot. If you want to see a tree that was pecked to death, here's one for you. I'll give you a good view on it. There's still deer activity back here even at this time of day. Saw it a little too late because it's way up there. But we're getting in at another angle here. I can show you. Okay. We're gonna look straight ahead. You can obviously see where the trail continues. So far, they're in the middle of poke out right there, but you can see where it continues. Straight. Here's my current location. And it continues off to that nice specific spot. And our favorite wall on both sides. Huh. And again, just a proof point at the beginning of the video, my statement of wildlife activity. Why is that deer not relieving? Probably knows it's got another mile before I get to it. It's like, what's wrong with that thing? It's going to take a long time to get here. Well, it must be nice that you could see for 5 miles in one straight line. Oh, it's probably confused on the color I'm wearing. That could be it too. Yeah, the color. Well, you've seen it on my bridge part, so probably not sure what I am. Here's something I can point out. Yep, okay, here we go. Here's a nice little spot. Point something out. So, right here. Our stone wall, there's the entire road I just come up. Stone wall is here. Obviously, an opening here. Stone wall. But, now it's going that way. So yank and yank, space, and continues on. So this one still continues. I think this one peters out here. So, and here's where I must have left it for the deer, because here's where the deer trail come up, and that's where that one shot out. When I'm like, oh, I thought I missed it, and then I see it looking at me still. So, yep. You see where it took off. Oh, is this an old sign? Not the one that's obvious. Where am I? Okay. This one above it. Yeah, I can't see. Oh, what? There it is. Hello. Timber Wildlife Recreation Water. State of New York Conservation Department. And then you got the, that one that we always see. Alright, I think that deer's long gone. I'll know shortly. When it stands right behind that tree and then it snorts and runs away right at that last second. And then I'll probably have another YouTube moment. Because at that time, if I don't see it in time, the camera will probably fly out of my hand. Okay, here's a better view. So again, how straight is straight? I mean, even back then they made it pretty straight. Is that car drove by, or am I seeing things? The sunlight in this viewfinder is, you can't really tell, but it looked like something drove by. So, for some reason the trail this is where it poked out and then came back. So there's that stone wall way up there, and our straight path all the way back to Wonderland. Yeah, and this rock wall fizzles out. Fizzles out right there. There's your rock wall marker. Continuing on that way, and that's where that little space was. The deer trail coming out. So the rock wall on this side continues. This one abruptly ends, and this one continues on this way. So obviously I'm thinking property boundary, but what was the purpose for this straight line? It's not like it's a connecting road, because the line ain't straight a mile in. For those who like to research, Winona State Forest. We're currently hiking the Adsit trail. It is a snowmobile trail in the winter. Back in the 1800s, what was its purpose? Alright, that's the end of the, yeah, that's definitely the end of the trail. Because that's Swart Road. So that's Swart Road, obviously the stop head sign for the snowmobile trail. And then the dense forest on the other side of Swart Road. And all the way through here, our rock wall's back out of nowhere. And then there's our straight path all the way down that way. Anyway, our rock wall starts right here. So it stops and starts here up until about that tree, and then continues to follow the road. So between that big tree to here, there is no rock wall. And then there's our State Forest staple. Oh, I haven't seen any tree growths yet. I forgot to look for those. So the creepy fire sign in the middle of the woods is not disturbing at all, so I'm just going to keep walking. I'm almost at the road anyway, so yeah. Again, I mentioned it a lot last year, but only because of the snow melt is the trails this bad. But if you hike with Winona State Forest, you really don't need boots Like, my hiking gear is this. I mean, just plain old shoes. Waterproof shoes. Unlike other places, even at some of the state parks I visit, you need boots to hike through some spots. But they do such a good job, because that's their main tourist business, is the hiking and the snowmobiling and, you know, the recreation part of it. This is where they get their funding from, so most of the parts just, you know, stuff you could avoid. All they really need is waterproof shoes. All the low spots are graveled and got bridges over them, all the wet spots, most of them. Unless you come after a 2-inch rainstorm, but that tree was about as shocked as I was just a minute ago. Shocked somebody's walking down the trail. That's just there's a lot of things disturb me now, so let's just I want to expedite your trip out of the woods. The tree's shocked. Deer don't want to run away. Just stand there looking at you. Creepy fire sirens. And again, you can see the old stone wall on both sides of the road. So here shortly, I can't show you what's on the left side because private property coming up. So this comes out next to private property. So I won't be able to do much up here shortly because actually there's private property on both sides of this trail. So we're gonna come up here shortly until we get to Wart Road. I won't be able to show you much after this point, but yeah. So those said, brethren, or no, if you would like to leave a comment on the stone walls and the Adsit trail, is this a road or what would this have used? I mean, if it was just a simple logging road, why take the work to put stone walls on both sides of it? We'll look back behind us. You can clearly see the straightness of this road. Yeah, private property. Okay, let me think, because I'm not going to include private property in this video as much as I can, because the trail ends up here anyway. You can obviously see the structures in the yard. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to... see right here's where the actual Winona forest starts with all these nice marker signs. So that's the start of it. So we're walking on it. I'm going to assume it's an old right of way. So maybe this, this isn't private property because it used to be a right of way kind of thing. So I'm not looking at the houses. There's a stone wall that divides between the yard. It's through that brush. And this other side here, there's a stone wall going up through there. And there might have been another entrance here because there's only like a handful of stones here, but the wall continues on that way. So, yeah, that's that. That's the Adsit Trail. I will include part of my hike for the Wart Road back to the car as part of the trail because it will make a loop trail out of it. And there's some interesting sights along the way. So I might just not talk. I'll just keep it running down to my side as I continue to walk. Okay, that's nasty. I'm glad I didn't go into detail on that. We'll just like ignore that right now. So, all right. Well, until I get to Wart Road. Side saddle. Alright, here's Wart Road. So I'll just hike back to the car. You see the other property boundary right there. So got the Adsit trail that way. You see it goes all the way down through there, and there's this actual marker sign for the forest. So there you go. And I'll just hike the Wart Road back to the car. There is actual year-round residences on this road, so that's why it's a little bit busier than other service roads. We'll call them service roads, seasonal highways. Like this residence over on my right that we're coming up to with the yard is well, I'm not gonna say if it's year-round or not. Found some deer tracks. So it's over here. Nobody's home, so I'm gonna just walk over here and try not to fall in the ditch. There's like an old culvert pipe laying down there, old steel drum. Oh yeah, here you go. Nice big turnaround right here. So, Adsit trails at the caution sign. So right there's the Adsit trail right across the caution sign there. Again, the signpost itself is getting the private property in view. So there's that. Okay, so there's that sign. So on Adsit trail, we've seen the beginning of the state forest land, and it budded out, and it apparently goes around this residence, and it comes right back in right here. Huh, that's weird. Obviously that's a property boundary. And why it was done that way. This creek must have been the reason. There's our state forest signs, where it comes in across here and then goes this way. And right here is, looks like a snowplow turnaround. It's all nice and gravel road until you get to this part. Oh, good. That's another trail. What trail's this? Huh. Gold Spike. Huh. Let's check that out sometime. I have to look that one up. I didn't know this was a trail. Gold Spike Trail. Must have overlooked that or something. Alright. Maybe we got some more to do up here. But anyway, you can see where the road freaking narrows up considerably. I'll get to the... I'll stand in the middle of the road and get a better view of it. Please don't do that, people. Only because this is a seasonal highway. So you can see how the road's nice and narrow. until you get to here, and it's considerably wide. So I'm thinking, yeah, obviously snowplow turnaround. But there's apparently a trailhead right here. I'm gonna see the distance, how long the old spike is, and see if that's worth an adventure. Oh, I can't believe I must have overlooked that somewhere. And now we got our French stone wall. Yeah, yeah. For those that missed it, this is a vehicle. You can drive down this kind of trail, obviously. Why'd I say that? It's obvious. Again, this is Wart Road. We're on the seasonal end of it now. It's hard to hear any cars coming with the wind blowing. Hey, let's do this. Look over there in the ditch and see the stonework in the trench there. A really old barrel laying right there. As I mentioned before, it's a little windy up here because we're actually in the Tug Hill part, so. Oh. This is what you get your seasonal highway feel. I guess something I might recommend them doing is you come across a lot of these old logging places. What if they, you know, turn them into camping? Again, I think when Winona Recreation Association has some, you know, has a connection with the New York State, but, you know, somebody looking for a place to camp, you could clean that up a little. There you go. Have that a camping area. Pull your truck or whatever in, and there you go. Currently, I'm only aware of 3 camping spots, and they're all by the Dog Leg and Frank's Fancy trails. I pointed on to them on those videos. But that'd be, you know, interested for some people. Instead of the 3 they have. There might be a 4th one. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I might go that way to see if I could. I don't know. So like right back in there, you know, they didn't throw the logs there and got that rock out of the way, and a nice little spot back in there. It's all cleared out. It was obviously a log landing. The stone wall is fading away into the ground again. Now we're coming down the hill to my car now. Oh, that's pretty much the hike. Well, I didn't bring any trash bags, but I'll grab that can. Do a good deed for today. Yeah, a lot of people that are professional. Well, I don't want to say I'm a professional, but a lot of people that are hiking will carry a bag with them for this kind of stuff to keep the place beautiful for the next person to enjoy it. And that's why I got you on it. Got it on video of me picking up a beer can. So if a cop or a forest ranger comes driving up and sees me holding a freaking beer can. Yeah, give it a couple minutes. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be stumbling down this hill, and it's not because I've been drinking. I mean, I can't open up a bottle of spring water, so... Oh boy. Alright, that concludes the video. This is where I'm parked. I see the car still there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming along. Leave a comment on how I'm doing. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what's going on here. Again, YouTube channel is not a money producer for me like some people, so I get out when I can, do what I can. Used to be a train channel, but you know, you get one train a day on top of a work schedule, 6 days a week, 12 hour. So yeah, get what you can, I guess. Well, thanks for watching. So here we are, back at the trailhead. I'd say that's about a mile and a half, maybe a 2-mile hike if you start from here. If you want to really make it challenging, you can start from here and go up the hill. But for me, nah. I'm not going to burn myself out that bad. And again, this would be a nice camping area. Nice little spot to pull off, you know. Yeah. If they, you know, knock some of the brush down, you could park right over there. You could have a campsite set up here if you wanted to. I mean, obviously the road ain't that busy. I just walked down it. But still, that's an idea for those that are watching. Alright, now I'm going to get in my car and fill out the trail registry report and report that tree being down. And they're really good at picking that up, so I'm sure within the week they'll have it removed. So, oh, that's a good view of the car though. Alright, well, that's... If anything comes after this point of the video, it's probably my other hike from last year. Some of the footage I could recover, but a lot of it was lost in it. But I think I do have clips of it still. And I'll try not to get busted on the way home with a Budweiser open container in the car. Sorry, officer, you thought you got me. I picked it up off the floor. Under the car. I gotta get it out of there so I can do this. Okay, I'm done.